What's up? How you guys doing? Welcome back to the Art of Ram. Guess what? We're still ramming it down out here in the mini ramp. Actually, we just started season 2. Here we go. So, yesterday we did some great work learning the rock fakie. I don't really have anything to talk about that we didn't talk about that's going to set us up for this. But I'm going to tell you what, guys. If you haven't watched the Skateboard Basics series, you're going to want to watch a video called The Rollin'. You're going to want to know that for this trick. And you're also going to want to know watch the video called Dancing on the Board. Because as we get started here, we're going to start up with a setup trick that is the rock fakie that we learned yesterday, just because we can go back and forth real quick. But as we do that rock fakie, we're going to want to bend our knees, get low, and set up into a new position. So that will relate to that dancing on the board video that we did in the Skateboard Basics. So again, if you didn't watch that, I'm going to give you a quick recap. But essentially, we're going to start with talking about foot placement. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm in my normal rock fakie riding stance right here. I'm going to do the trick. And then as I come across the flat, I'm looking back at the wall. I'm going to snap into a wider stance, okay? So that's the first part, all right? So you got to be able to do this quick adjustment of your feet, again, from a normal riding stance to a heavy nose and tail stance, all right? One thing I always like to say is you got to be able to see all 8 screws, all the hardware bolts in between my feet. All right, so that's your setup for this trick. It's called the fakie rock. It's also very similar to rolling in. So if you've seen the Skateboard Basics of how to roll in, you're going to also have an upper hand in this. Now, as we do a fakie rock, the thing that we got to remember is that we got to put our head, our shoulders, our hip, everything back into the ramp because we're rolling in. Essentially, we're just doing the end of the roll in, okay? So let's get to it. Why not? This is pretty standard operation. Essentially, it's an opposite rock fakie with different foot placement, all right? So our shoulders stay the same. Again, we're just doing a little head turn, and then we're going to do some more talk on the foot placement. Again, when we're starting new tricks, over-exaggerate how low you are. So I'm going to really start out with the demonstration of being really low this first time. You're actually going to see me put my backhand down on the ground for a little bit more stability. I'm going to rock to my back leg, and then I'm going to shift my weight back to my front leg. So it's going to look like this. Adjust. I'm going to get a good pump, and I'm just going to if you can get that good pump, and you've seen that video on pumping, that's going to help you too. Okay, I'm stalled in position. Get that weight in. Okay, now that's sort of the basic to get started, all right? Most of the time here at the third layer, what I tell kids to do is drop in and ride over the roller and go all the way up to actually carve into the bank, go all the way up top, push in fakie. So the hardest part here as a new rider is learning that pump. So if you haven't spent a lot of time working on that pump, you're going to want to do that before you start trying a lot of these tricks, or else you're just going to fall behind and it's going to be a lot harder. And you know what I've been saying when it comes to tricks lately? Do you want to do it in 300 tries or 3? You know, that's it. I want to do it in 3 tries. So that's my mentality as it comes to skating. I'm not too old to fall down. I'm just too old to fall down. Wait. I don't know how that works. Something like that. I just don't want to get hurt out there. So I make sure when I'm learning new tricks that I have all the building blocks and the step-by-step process to make it happen. So let's talk about a couple other things with this fakie rock. Once I do a fakie rock, I'm in this wide stance. Well, I can do a rock fakie in that stance too. It just takes a little bit more effort and more lift up on my behalf, all right? So you really don't have to pop back into another stance if you don't want to. You can go back and forth. Swing set style all day long, all right? So that's a thing. Let's talk about this front foot. Adam, today we got Adam Stern filming. This is like the first one he's done in this series. And again, you know Adam from working on the third layer forever. Great guy out there. But check this out. If you really want to get really you start working on some style, you're getting really comfortable with the roll-in part, watch the front foot as I come up. This is the first time we've ever talked about this in the Art of Ram series, but it's actually, we're going to roll our front foot to press more weight on there quicker. In my stance, and as I come up, I roll my foot like that. And that's going to help me snap that board in really quick. So again, it's the first time we've rolled our foot like that. And if you haven't skateboarded for a while, I wouldn't recommend that because it's going to take strength in your ankle. And really ollies is going to be one thing that's going to help you strengthen that. But other than that, you guys stay low out there. Do everything on the exhale. It's the same stuff I've been talking about. Your bailout pattern, I'll talk about that real quick. I always like telling you guys how to fall out of this. It's pretty simple. You're just not gonna freak out. You're just gonna go right into a knee slide. Rock, adjust, stall, and you can just get down, all right? So this is a small ramp. I'm a big guy, but you guys being, 4 feet tall, this is gonna be great for you, all right? So that's the bailout pattern. Other than that, Adam, you got anything on Fakie rocks that would make this video? Any tips that you use out there?
Nothing that comes to mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really simple trick, right?
Yeah.
When did you learn it?
Right away.
Right away. So you guys can do it too, all right? No problem. Don't make skateboarding tricks harder than they need. Just do the foundation building in your skateboarding, and you're gonna be gravy out there. One more time, a couple Fakie rocks. I'm gonna throw a couple variations in there. You can bash it in. Eventually, as you Fakie rock, again, if you're down here, don't expect a lot of speed out of this, but if you come up here all the way to your front truck and lift up and pump out, expect a lot of speed. It's a great setup trick for things, so here we go. This is gonna end the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe below, tell a friend. Here we go, a couple tries here. Get that good pump, get up, roll the foot. You can smash it. Put your hand down, you can roll out, you can roll back in. One thing you always want to do when you're working with these rocks is lift the back wheels over the coping. Other than that, trial and error, have fun you guys, and keep skating. Boom.